Good morning. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be talking about management. So managing your time like a pro. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are joining me live, my name is Georgia Davis. I am your host coming to you live from scenic northern Utah. If you are joining me live, go ahead and drop in the comments below, what is your biggest time waster? What is your biggest time waster? My biggest time waster, honestly, seems to be when I am trying to avoid something or when I am distracted. A lot of times I will get on my phone on social media and watch something interesting. Honestly, it's usually the short little clips that are either on YouTube. Sometimes I get sucked in on Instagram. Sometimes I get sucked in on the shorts on Facebook, the cooking, especially the cookie decorating ones are my favorite. I don't know why, but I just love to watch those ones. So that is my biggest time waster, is getting sucked in to short little clips that no, I'm going to watch them, because they're intriguing, they're short, they're fun to watch, and they just keep going. So that is my biggest time waster. Today's focus is going to be on managing your time like a pro. Now, the skills that I have developed to share this knowledge and information with you was I learned it way back when, but I learned it about 12 years ago when I was studying at Utah State University. I was in a study skills class and ended up being a lab instructor, and it had to help people with time management as one of the things that we studied in our lab. Now, one of the best things that I have learned about time management is to schedule or block off sections of your day, every single hour of your day. So 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Now, at first, I was like, wow, that sounds really demanding. How can I schedule all of my time? I don't want all of my time blocked off and assigned to something. I don't want to have to look at my schedule and see that it's time to go to bed or that it's time to go up. Why should I have to block that off? Well, here's the thing. Our brains have a way of looking at that information and seeing that it's assigned to something. Now, I don't know any technical sides of this. I just know in the gist, how it was explained to me and the value that I got out of it. When I learned this method and I applied it into my own habits, behaviors, and schedules, it actually made me highly effective because all of my time was accounted for. And it wasn't just accounted for studying or for work or for going to classes. It was blocked off. I know that from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., that's my free time. I get to cook, I get to read, I get to do whatever I want to do, but that time is blocked off for me. And that was a huge game changer. Now, throughout the years, I've had less structure in my schedule, but I've also seen that with less structure, I'm less productive and less focused. So moving into 2026, I'm going to create a better schedule where all of my time is accounted for because I want to be more effective and I want to be more productive and stay on target. If your desire is to be more productive and stay on target, this is something that you need to consider for managing your time like a pro. Block off every hour, every minute of your day. Now, if you have a last minute change and you need to mix things up a little bit, hey, that's not a problem. But you need to be able to have an awareness of your schedule enough to know that you're going to have to move that block of time that was blocked off for XYZ somewhere else on your schedule. So if you are going to adjust your schedule and go to the movie with your friends, with family, on a date today at 6 p.m., what was blocked off during the time that you're going to be at the movie? Maybe you're going to be gone for the movie between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. That means that whatever was going on at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., you now have to find another time for. And as you play with that schedule and move it around, you're going to start seeing how important it is to have a structured schedule, a structured daily plan to help support where you want to go. If between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m., you are going to work on a plan for tomorrow, or you are going to complete a task for tomorrow, and it has to be ready by 9 a.m., are you going to have enough time tomorrow morning before it's due to get it turned in? And that's a really important question to ask yourself. This is going to help you be able to keep deadlines and work ahead, plan ahead, and be prepared more often. If this schedule is done correctly, you won't miss a deadline. You're going to know exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. Here's kind of what this would look like. Wake up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., get in a workout and a shower. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., get breakfast, complete affirmations, and perform and have some self-care, whatever that might look like for you. 8 to 10 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., complete XYZ assignment. What is XYZ assignment? Make it clear, make it exact, make it precise. So in school, this would have been study math, chapter 5, evaluating equations, the quadratic formula, and complete homework assignment 1. It was exact, it was precise. If it was something else, maybe it was Study Psychology 101, chapter 21, pages 102 to 120, review the essay questions, and pull out 5 points in the chapter that I need to write about. It was very precise, very exact. For work, this might look like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Contact Susan about her email. Schedule in John for an appointment next Tuesday. Find a good time that works for a team meeting tomorrow. Do you see how you're very precise and exact on what you're accounting that time period for? This is the same with self-care. If you've got an hour blocked off for self-care, or you've got 30 minutes blocked off for self-care, you need to make sure that you're assigning that time. Meditate, journal, eat something healthy, go for a walk. Make sure you put it in there so you know what you expect of that time. Here's the flip side of that. Self-care, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Just self-care. So now at 8 a.m. I'm going to be like, whew, I finally have some time for myself. Let's check Facebook really quick. Oh, I'm going to do a meditation, but let's check YouTube really quick. Okay, I'm going to do that meditation in a minute. I'm going to go get something to eat. And before you know it, your hour of self-care is done and you haven't really taken care of yourself. This is why it's so important to make sure that you block off that time and give yourself specific expectations for what you want. You're going to meditate. Do you have a specific meditation you want to do? If you want to say affirmations, do you have specific affirmations that you want to do in that time period? Be clear with yourself. And what you're going to find is that you're so much more productive. Be very cognizant of your time. Have enough awareness so that you can take care of the things that you need to take care of. If you're going to rob from yourself today, you've got to pay it back later on in the week. If you're going to take time for self-care now, what are you doing right now that you have to put off at another time? Can you swap the self-care and the assignment and still be on time? Still make the appointments that you need to? Are you going to go hang out with friends tonight instead of taking care of that assignment that needed to be taken care of? Do you have enough time later to acquire the knowledge that you need to be timely and exact in the assignment? Or do you need to take care of dinner for your family, but you'd rather go play with friends or you'd rather go hang out with some friends instead? Do you see how some things are more challenging to swap for time? If you can make it work, then make it work. If you need time for yourself, make sure that you're scheduling it in there and adjusting as you need to. Just because you have every single hour accounted for doesn't mean that you can't be flexible. It doesn't mean that it's set in stone. What it does mean is that you're going to have a higher time awareness. You're going to be more accountable to yourself, and you're going to be way more productive and efficient in the work and assignments that you're giving yourself. This is also going to help you work more efficiently as you move through your day and your schedule. And I bet at the end of the day, you're going to feel like you were way more productive and you actually got something done. And you're ready for that time off that you're planning for yourself. Just a few more things. First, before you begin this time management, it's really helpful to have an awareness of your time. Track for the next 3 to 7 days what your daily schedule looks like. Now, if you're celebrating holidays, this might throw it off just a little bit, but do the best you can for scheduling the time that you need for your daily tasks. Be aware of what you're doing. Identify time wasters and see if there's a way you can reduce that. Rather than eliminating altogether your time wasters, give yourself some time. Maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 20 minutes, maybe it's an hour instead of 2 hours. But slowly reduce the time wasting so that your time is more efficient. And if you feel like you need that downtime where you're spending time wasting maybe on social media or just staring off into space, whatever it is, then make sure you schedule that time in for yourself so you can have that downtime. Thank you so much for watching today. We're going to go ahead and have our wind down and our assignment. Your assignment for today is for the next 3 to 7 days, track what you're doing and then start creating a schedule where every single hour is accounted for starting January 1st, 2026. Make your schedule effective, make it powerful by being very clear, precise, and detailed about what each time block is accounted for. Adjust as needed, mix it up where you have to, and make your schedule work for you instead of you working for your schedule. Okay, we are going to wrap up today's session with a breathing exercise in just a moment. But next week on December 23rd, we are going to have a determine your focus and goals session before the end of the year. That will be our last live for this year. So December 23rd, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, determine your focus and goals. Okay, we're going to go into our breathing exercise. As you breathe in, I just want you to breathe in calm, clarity, and focus. We're going to hold for 5 seconds, hold on to that feeling, and then breathe out that tension. 5 breaths, hold for 5 seconds in the middle. Let's go. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out. And breathe in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's our last one. Make it your very best. Breathe in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an amazing week, and we will see you next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.